please rise and join us in the prayer and pledge.
If you'll bow with me, please. Heavenly Father, as we come to you tonight, we come to you so thankful to see all of our students here tonight, to be able to celebrate their successes and celebrate our staff's hard work with them. Lord, as we come together and as we make deliberations we ask for your guidance and your wisdom, that we turn to you and that we focus on you first and foremost as we make decisions that affect our students and our staff. Lord, we're so thankful for the blessing of living in Levy County. We're thankful for all of our students and staff, and we pray for a hedge of protection on each and every one of them. Lord, we ask all these things in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
If you'll address the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Hogan, do we have any changes in the agenda?
Yes, Madam Chair. On the last page, number 2B, we're going to pull the change order. I was supposed to pull it earlier, but I overlooked it. 2B, the change order. Parrish McComb from CMHS. That's it.
Do I hear a motion to adopt the agenda?
I make the motion to approve with the change.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. I'd like to welcome everyone to our meeting tonight. It's always a great thing to see so many smiling, happy faces in the crowd. Now's the time for public comment. So if anybody would like to step to the podium, now's the time. Okay, seeing none, moving on. Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, Madam Chair. At this time, so I'm happy that we have Miss Cheryl Allen, our assistant principal from Chiefland Middle High School here. And she's going to introduce our teachers and some of our students to celebrate their successes.
Thank you, Mr. Cowart. I'm here tonight on behalf of Chiefland Middle High School to help recognize our students' achievement in FFA, FBLA, and HOSA. I'd like to invite Mr. Locke, Ms. Patrone, and Mrs. Myrick up here to help introduce their students and their achievements. Come on.
Don't be bashful, Miss Myra. Come on.
You're gonna make me go first?
So I'm new to all of this, so thank you for your patience with me. Earlier this year, we had 13 students who placed first through third at a regional competition to compete at the state level in Orlando in early April. So these students are Destiny Castillo in Cultural Diversity and Disparities, Michael Paglione in Epidemiology, Jessica Silva in Medical Reading, Dorothy Estrada in Medical Spelling, Isabella Hewell and Zaya Jackson in Forensic Science, Charlie Corbett, Jasmine Alvarez, Caroline Shapansky, Zoe Pearson, and Annette Enriquez all competed in Parliamentary Procedure, and Jaquanda Latson in Healthcare Issues exam. So all of these students that I just mentioned to you placed either first through third and were qualified to go to state. We took 11 students to state with us, and unfortunately we didn't place at state, but they all did a really good job. And just to kind of qualify this a little bit, they obviously went through 2 HOSA teachers this year. And in addition, we have not had an in-person competition in 2 years because of COVID. So the students that you see here, Izzy and Dorothy, if you guys want to stand up, these are 2 of our students who placed. And Dorothy had gone to regionals, but Izzy, this was her first year competing in an in-person regional competition. So I'm very proud of all the students. They did really good, especially for the challenges that they faced. So thank you very much.
I'm Dallas Locke, ag teacher and FFA advisor at Chiefland Middle High School. We were able to have a pretty successful year thus far. We have had a handful of teams make it, that will be getting recognized at state convention. Although tonight, this evening, before you guys, we brought the guys who are going to be competing at state convention or getting recognized for proficiency awards and STAR applications. So First, for our STAR battery, I think that's pretty important based on the individual's supervised agriculture experience throughout their high school career, middle school and high school career. We have 2 finalists out of the 4 for State Star Chapter Farmer, and that will be Mr. Hunter Sharp and Mr. Cade Meeks. They were interviewed it was the last week of March, first week of April, I believe. The representatives from the state office came through, had a little farm tour, and they got to visit with them, and we'll find out at convention in June, the third week of June, how we did there. We also have some contest participants that have made it through the ranks through some qualifying. Riley Locke, she will be our Creed speaking. She won district Creed speaking contest, so she will be competing at state convention, as well as our chapter of conduct meeting, which is a 9th grade opening closing ceremonies and parliamentary procedure combined contest, just for middle school and 9th grade. Team members consist of Riley Locke, Shannon Harper, Jolene Watkins, Riley Stockman, J.R. Hudson, Everett Tribble, and Dana Hinkle. She wasn't able to make it this evening. And then we also have a employability skills. It's the old job interview contest some of you might be familiar with from back in the day. But Reagan Barnes, she will be representing Chiefland in the, she had her phone interview today, as a matter of fact, so she'll be competing at the state convention for our, for employability skills. We also had filled out a handful, as we always do, proficiency award applications. Riley Locke and Hunter Sharp, they were finalists in beef placement for working, family farm type situation. Cade Meeks was our, we have this year diversified ag and forage for growing some hay and working in some watermelons. Hunter Sharp also is a finalist in goat and poultry and diversified ag, I believe. And then Mr. Ari Grant, he was a finalist in equine entrepreneurship. So we're pretty excited, had a pretty good year. We'll get a lot of good representation. We also had, like I say, both middle school and high school had some top 5 teams we'll get recognized for at a state convention as well, with our Tool ID team. Both junior chapter and senior chapter poultry judging team were both in the top 5, and our ag sales team was in the top 5 as well. So, like I say, I look forward to having an exciting convention. We appreciate your time, and like I say, we'll get some pictures here in a minute, I guess.
Miss Patrone, our business technology education teacher, had 4 students in 2 different categories in digital video production, Dakota Lancey and Michael Reyes Vasquez. Stand up. Good job, guys. And then in computer gaming and simulation, Aaron Estrada and Elijah Baker. Great. And so on behalf of Chiefland Middle High School, we just hope these students continue achieving and keep being our bright, shining stars. We're proud of you.
I think we need to get a picture, so we'll start. Miss Patrone, why don't you stay up here? So, and your 4 gentlemen. So, and Miss Brookins. So.
Don't be shy. We're all friends.
I like the red top.
Thank you. Congratulations. We're proud of y'all.
Mr. Howard, if I can say, I was a judge at the FBLA competition where they put these videos, like video games and things, they built these. It is amazing what our students are doing at the, I mean, how in the world you can do that, I don't know. I don't have that skill. So, great job, guys.
Miss Meyer, why don't you come on up with our HOSA? So, ladies, so. Can I put you on the spot and talk about industry cert and ask what you did?
Sure.
So how your kids did with your industry cert?
Sure, absolutely. I don't have any of my seniors here because, as you can imagine, they did take their industry cert already, which is a CNA exam, and the majority of them did pass. I had one that didn't pass their skills, and then we had 4 that are having to retake their, which included that one that didn't pass their skills, that have to retake their written. But for the most part, you know, that was out of 19 or 17 students. So that's a pretty good thing. But they're like ready to get in the workforce now. You know what I mean? So the response to "Can you come today?" was, "I'm working, Miss Myrick," and I'm like, "Okay."
We'll take that. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, Smart. All right, so Mr. Locke, you said we have a team that's competing, right? So
Yes, sir.
the chapter
Chapter conduct.
So it's a motley crew that's coming up here. So this first one is a little squirrely. So
I want to know why Locke don't ever wear the flashy suits when he comes over. I think we talked about that last time, Locke, that you were supposed to do that. Don't get him in the picture. If you don't wear the suit, he don't get in the picture.
all right, how about our proficiency, fellas? So you know, I was just getting ready to do it. So, and Mr. Sharp and Mr. Meeks, so and Mr. Locke, so just came from football practice. So, as long as you put the other on, we're all good. We're going to get him here. Get some water. I don't need you, Coach Corbett will be upset, so here, have some water too. All right, so I guess we should, so is that everybody? So we got you guys, you want to take a picture just for stars? Oh, you do, Joel. Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Mama wants it. Come on. Come on, baby. Just out of curiosity, anybody here in the front row do any drama? I thought so. I thought I recognized some of the two fellas. Congratulations. Now I won't have to do Hunter was a good teammate. He rubbed that cramp out. So wow. She's not here, so Riley, come on up. So we got to get one just with Riley. So come on. So for the creed. That's going to be real trouble. I haven't seen him break out Kenji yet.
Somebody will send them to me.
At this point, if anybody would like to exit the meeting, you're more than welcome to. You're welcome to stay also.
Hello again.
Hello. Miss Becky.
Tonight I am asking for you to adopt the amended policy for homeless students and put it into effect.
Has everyone had a chance to read over the policy?
I make the motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you,
Ms. Childs.
Thank you.
Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, ma'am. You'll see in your packet, so we've got the meetings coming up for this school year. So along with our trim calendar, I have talked to you guys individually, so I do have two things that I would request. So the first is not on this one. So on June 28th, I have a conference. It's Avid Conference, and it's the first time in 3 years that they're having it in person, and it's the day of the 28th is the Superintendent's Day for to come in. I'm respectfully asking if we could move that board meeting to the 27th, but if not, Mr. Lott has agreed that he could cover, so if there's any conflict. So I just wanted to put that out for your discussion. And then the other thing that I'd like to ask is that we cancel the July 12th board meeting. That meeting falls during the NEFECT Summer Leadership, and also will be during the time that we have several people, about 6 of us, that'll be getting trained on the new progress monitoring for the state. So July 12th is really the one that I respectfully ask, so if we could cancel that, and that July 21st would then be a morning meeting, so with that. So I just put that out there. If the 28th it would be a possibility to move to the 27th, so.
So July 28th?
The June meeting, June 28th.
Right,
So
okay.
is a morning meeting, moving that up one day to the 27th, so
And cancel July
July 12th,
12th, but then the 26th will be a morning meeting.
21st.
Oh, okay, because that's a trim.
That's
Okay.
moved up because of trim,
right.
and that gives Ms. Lake time for us to get the budget passed, to then be able to advertise it in the newspaper, so.
The only conflict that I have airline tickets already bought. That would be the June making it June 27th, but I land in Gainesville at 3. Is there any possibility we can have an evening meeting on the 27th?
No. She says that has to be budget, and that she said that has to be morning.
No, it doesn't. Just usually.
Okay.
Just because I can't change
Sure.
the plane fare at this point. I can't change it.
I'm agreeable. I can do anything, so,
It's up to the
but
rest of y'all.
if
And we
needed.
have to reverse the other one, because that would give us 2 nighttime meetings if we do that.
Okay. I don't believe that will be a problem, so if we have 2 night meetings, just as long as we just notice it, that we move that meeting. So either way works for me. If you want to keep it on the 28th, if you want to move it to the evening, so it really will be
So on
no.
the 27th, you would be here though?
Correct.
At the evening?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Would that follow up your plans for traveling the next day?
I'll leave right after that, so it's not a problem. So I appreciate you offering that. So it really does makes me no difference. So either way will work for me.
Do we need a motion on that?
Yes, sir.
I move we move the June 28th meeting to June 27th at 6 p.m.
Okay.
I second.
While I call on them.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
I also at this time move to cancel the July 12th meeting.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you very much. And also, just to let you know, on the July 21st, so being that night meeting, we will do a ribbon cutting at Chiefville Middle High School, so after that board meeting, so.
Which one?
On which one?
Say that again.
July 21st,
Ribbon cutting.
I thought that was a morning meeting.
It's a morning meeting.
Yeah.
right, we'll have a ribbon cutting.
That night.
After the board meeting, we'll adjourn and go to Chiefville Middle High School to have a ribbon cut, July 21st, so.
July 21st.
Correct. So it's a morning meeting.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the meeting, adjourn, go to Chiefville Middle High School for ribbon cutting.
As y'all know, I got some things going on this
Yes,
summer. We're on a standby list, so
Yes, sir.
do not know.
That was for informational, I understand, Mr. Asbill, so our thoughts and prayers are with you, so on that, so, yes, sir. So,
Okay. Mr. Bennett. On the edge of your seat back there.
Good evening, members of the board.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For many years, we have, in the IT department, have maintained what we call an information technology disaster recovery plan. Essentially, this is a plan that details what we as a district would do in order to get our district network back up after some sort of a disaster. Examples could be a fire, a hurricane, a cyber attack. So these kinds of plans have details that a hacker or potential hacker would find very appealing. So it's kind of like the security plan that Mr. Gore does with you all. We don't really share specific details with the public because of that risk. However, we did recently have an operational audit in which we were advised that it would be best practice to have this plan formally adopted by the board. So what you have before you is that plan. We did some revisions and reformatting to make sure that we had everything that the auditors are recommending that we have in it. And what I would ask for, if you don't have any questions, is a motion to approve the IT disaster recovery plan.
Do I hear a motion to adopt the IT plan?
Okay. I make a motion to adopt as is.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, at this time, I know everyone's had a chance to look over the minutes from the April 26th meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. I know everyone's had a chance to talk to the superintendent and look over the consent agenda. Mr. Asbell, do you have any questions or comments?
I do not have any questions. I do have a comment. If we will refer, and I won't, well, maybe we should. Maybe we should. Let's just do this. We have in here a, what do you call it? Lost all track, thought of what you called it.
Change order.
Proclamation. Declaring May 2nd through 6th as National Teacher Appreciation Week. The County Commission has already done this. I think it's important that we also do this, so I'm glad to see it on there. And I am proud to be one of the people that's going to get to sign that, as we will all unanimously sign that. I think that's wonderful. And, do you want it read, or do you want to just...
No. I signed it to already, so I ruined that.
Wow. So we're no, I mean, do you want it read out loud?
Oh, I thought you said...
You want it read? No.
Oh, well, go ahead.
I was going to let you read it, Madam Chairman, because your voice sounds better than mine.
Okay. My husband's reading glasses. Declaring May 2nd through 6th as National Teacher Appreciation Week in Levy County, Florida. Whereas the hard-working teachers of Levy County are nurturing a new and diverse generation of thinkers, doers, and dreamers. And whereas great teachers bring powerful learning experiences to students through innovative, engaging, and personalized approaches to teaching and learning that prepare them to lead fulfilling, successful lives. And whereas our teachers are role models who show students in the community how to work hard and pursue a brighter tomorrow while encouraging children's passions, inspiring their imaginations, and helping them realize the best version of themselves. And whereas the growth of our county, state, and nation depends upon providing a high-quality, equitable education to all students. And whereas great teachers make a lasting impact on the lives of their students, colleagues, and families because they lift up the next generation and enrich our community, and they deserve our gratitude and thanks. And whereas our community recognizes, supports, and celebrates the School Board of Levy County teachers in their work to inspire students to discover endless possibilities for success. Now therefore, be it proclaimed by the Superintendent and School Board of Levy County, Florida, that the week of May 2nd through 6th, 2022 shall be known in Levy County as National Teacher Appreciation Week. Be it further proclaimed that the Superintendent and School Board of Levy County encourages all of our citizens to recognize the School Board of Levy County teachers for the significant impact they have made and continue to make by empowering youth with the skills they need to lead for a lifetime.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very nice.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Boyle.
All my questions have been answered. I'll just make a comment as well that I know I've just been through a couple of these changes at the end of the year. Just a lot of different movement, and I know that it's going to be some extra hard work on Mrs. Hires and others during these times, because we do have such a shortage of teachers, and I hope we can get them filled as fast as, so that's all I have. Madam Chair.
Ms. Perkins?
Mr. Coward answered my questions on the agenda, but I would like to ask about our change order that we moved on our agenda.
It's actually going to come through savings and sales tax with our direct purchase, so that's why it was pulled, so.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Just a couple things. Yankeetown's losing a couple of great teachers, Miss Good and Miss Gorey. So they're going to be sorely missed. And since Mr. Etheridge left, and I would have seconded whatever he had to say, but we're losing Miss Ridenauer at Williston Middle High, and there just aren't enough words. She was there when I was there. I happened to be at the Davis Center helping my son pick out some classes for next year, and I made the statement, "Oh, Miss Ridenauer," and the whole room just gasped, like, "What? She's leaving? She can't leave." She's just her experience and knowledge from, I think, the 70s, Ms. Hires. I think she's been there, right, Mr. Lott? Yeah, she is just so smart. She's just a wonderful person, too, on top of it, so she's going to be very missed. And that's all I have. Mr. Superintendent? Oh, may I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Mr. Superintendent?
Just for clarification, I want to make sure, so I know we did the changes there, but do we need a motion to accept all of the board meetings, so, as presented?
Oh, I thought that was part of the motion.
Was that part of the motion?
No.
It wasn't, okay, all right, so.
I moved to accept the proposed dates as outlined with those changes.
Thank you.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you. I will ask that you look at your calendar, and if by Friday, we're switching over to board docs. Miss Angela's been trained, Miss Sherry's been trained, and we're working diligently on that. So, but if you could look maybe and shoot me some dates in June, that would be that way you could work and come for a training for board members and myself. So would appreciate that. So, and if that way we'll be ready to go when we turn the page on July 1. So for that first board meeting. So
Individual dates or a group date?
a group for all of us. So
One day.
yes. So is there a date? No more than an hour.
Okay.
Yes. So would if possible that first night meeting in June, could we come early and possibly do it that day before the board meeting? Look and see, and I will reach out to Mr. Etheridge. So
I'm local. I can come anytime.
just look and see if that date works. If not, if you'll shoot me some dates. So would appreciate that.
That's
so,
June 14th.
Yes, ma'am. So it is the time of season that lots of things are moving, and you see it here with employees moving off, coming in, resignations, different things, and people proud of the hard work that goes on in our HR department, so of working to help with that. So appreciate our district staff that you see back here. So Ms. Hanlon's been an extreme help over at Chief Linnell, so I think we're down to 2 positions, or maybe 1 position. 1 position that we have left to fill at that school right now, as of today, knock on wood. So just appreciative of going through and servant leadership. That's really been our mantra here, and I appreciate the hard work that our district staff has put in to go back out and push out onto our campuses to help with that. So it is testing time. We know we may not like that, and we're very hopeful. I mentioned to you that in July, several of us will be going off to get some training through NEFECT on what progress monitoring, and we're all kind of holding our breath trying to figure out what that will look like. But I think in the grand scheme of things, Ms. Lewis and Ms. Hanlon, along others, have gone off to our campuses to kind of share with the campuses that we have an opportunity. A lot of times, our attitude and our outlook on how we look at things, whether we embrace it, we embrace change, or whether we dread it, those things that come, they're coming. And so having the ability that we embrace this change in a positive spirit, and we look at this as an opportunity for us to grow as a district, I truly think it will make the difference in our students' lives. I know we have the opportunity to go and share, but I want to make sure everybody understands that we're really working hard, and a lot of people are working hard to create a positive culture here, and it pushes down and pushes out and goes into our students, and as we see it. You know, we had a hard meeting before this, an executive session, and as we see those students, I just encourage you all to make sure that we're going back, and as we're in our communities, that we're sharing the positivity to our staffs. So looking forward to graduation. We're right around the corner. So and I will share, I'm extremely thankful. So Ms. Hudson's hit the ground running here as she's taking on a leadership position with the LCEA, and just had some dialogue today, sharing back and forth. Tomorrow, 8 districts will go before the State Board of Education, talking about why and having to explain why they haven't been able to approve their teacher salary increase allocation that was given and set forth by the state. And the message that's been kind of received, you know, is the idea of trying to figure out ways that we can overcome any obstacles. And I'm appreciative of the LCEA and the good working relationship that we had last year to push through that to get an agreement done. So just very thankful for that, and looking forward to Ms. Hudson. So we do have ball teams playing tonight. So tonight's Chiefland's playing over at Newberry in baseball, and I believe on Thursday softball is playing. Williston Middle softball is playing over at Pearson Taylor. So if I'm correct on that. So. And then obviously, always, you know that we've got a bunch of FFA banquets that are going on. So, and so with that, just very thankful to be a part of this team and helping our students.
Thank you, Mr. Cowart. Mr. Asbell?
Thank you. Last meeting, Brad said it, and now that he's not here, I'll say it. I agree with him. This is the good time of year. It's great to see banquets. It's great to see all these things. And you forget during the course of the year what everybody has done, and it's really amazing what has been accomplished in really a short amount of time. Something that I am really proud of that this district has accomplished in the year since I've been on this board. When I first came on this board, you would see we'd make a big deal about a kid getting a scholarship to go play a sport. We'd make a big deal about a kid getting to go to an elite university. But we didn't make a big deal about a kid joining the Army. We didn't make a big deal about a kid going to a trade school. Matter of fact, I remember we had to fuss a little bit on our mission statement, because our mission statement originally was to have kids college ready. That became college and career ready. I'm thrilled to death to now see at various schools, we're recognizing kids that are going to smaller schools, that are continuing through vocational education, they're joining the Army or joining the Navy. We're recognizing these things. We're recognizing the fact that some kids are graduating from high school with certifications and they go into the workforce. I think we've come a long way on that, and I think that's to be commended for this whole operation, that we had the vision to see it's not just about that 4-year college degree, that there are several different paths to get to success, and there's all kinds of different ways to be successful. One of the finest arguments I've ever gotten into was with a guidance counselor that worked for the Levy County school system. And in an 8th grade, when they're transitioning from 8th grade to 9th grade, one of those orientation things, this person said, you must have a college degree to be successful. If you don't have this college degree, you'll wind up being a garbage man. And my argument to her was, have you seen what garbage men make a year? Well, no, I haven't. I said, well, I have the luxury of owning a tax business, so I have. And they make twice what you make, and the whole world will stop if the garbage man does not show up. And so I say that to say, I'm so proud to say, we have people in our schools that don't look down on jobs. They see them as opportunities for our young people. They don't look down on the person that may have these great grades but just wants to be a stay-at-home mom, because that's success. I think it's great that we encourage our kids and we recognize that. And I'm glad to see us doing that, and that's to be commended by the whole operation around here. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chairman, Mr. Superintendent. I'm looking at the superintendent.
So our goal is to have them employed, enrolled, or enlisted. We do those 3 things. One of those 3 things, the 3 E's. So you all have been successful.
Very successful at that. I think that's great.
Thank you, Mr. Aston. Ms. Boyle?
I'll agree with that. I have one of those kids. He's not college bound, but working. So happy parent on that. Chiefland graduate.
If he'd gone to Bronson, imagine what he could be doing. I didn't get a chance to say it. Did you see how many of the Chiefland kids' parents went to Bronson? I just want to point that out. Obviously,
but then they came
they're
to
successful. So obviously, they're going to be successful. That's because somebody fell in love with somebody. Yeah, we can't affect that. I'm sorry, Ms. Moore.
That's okay. Just lots going on in Cedar Key, as in every school. Banquets and graduation's coming up, and junior, senior banquet. And there's 2 students who will go to state for track, so that's very exciting. Probably some records being set there, and I know they're going up. Polville, Mikey and
Is that Friday?
Wednesday. But tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So excited for them. That's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah, it is a big deal. Yeah, it is a big deal. And that's it. I guess next meeting I'll update you on how the banquets work.
I want to hear about the pole vault guy. I'm fascinated with the pole vault. You couldn't get my big booty up with the pole vault, so I'm impressed with that.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Boyle. Ms. Perkins?
Just same thing. I'm excited about the scholarships and the awards and achievements and everything the students have accomplished. And then happy for that graduation. I know they all are, and parents are, and I'm even proud of one of those Bronson boys that I'm close to. That he did a great job. Proud of everything he's accomplished. And so that's all. Thank you.
I don't have a lot either. Yankeetown had a big teacher appreciation cookout, which was just a great afternoon, and you just realize sometimes people just need to be appreciated, and just sit, just as little as a hamburger and chips and a drink, and just sitting outside and saying thank you, it really goes a long way. So it was a nice day. We have our FFA banquet on Friday, and I was able to sit with Ms. Ridenauer for personal reasons a couple days ago, and was able to see the work that Ms. Warren does at Williston Middle High. I'll steal Brad since he's not here. But the work that she does to get scholarship information out, and the board that she had posted with the individual folders and the Remind app and emails that our kids never check, or personally speaking, I know that. But she really tries hard to get this scholarship information out, and she's much appreciated, the whole team. So that's all I have. So the meeting is adjourned.
Madam Chair.